What is going on, guys? Soldier Only here with another edition of the Daily Dose for October 8th. And once again, Homicidal's joined with me as well once a while. Almost forgot about that. And what we're gonna get into this week on today's edition is the faction rallies, with it ending. It wrapped up just this last Tuesday, and so I thought it'd be a good time to discuss what we thought about it, maybe what we would like to see added or changed, and stuff maybe we didn't like about it. So first things first, we'll start with Homicidal. What did you think of the faction rallies, like, overall? Like,
it was okay. I'd say okay because it didn't lead up to the expectations that I had.
Okay.
I didn't think it was going to be a timed event.
Okay. So you didn't know that it was like just like a week thing. You thought like it was
I thought it was going to be there, and there for its sake of it being there.
That was like the permanent way that they were going to do their factions now. Pretty much. Okay, yeah. See,
Yeah.
So going into it, I knew it was a time thing, but I didn't know. Cause you don't really like read the TWAB that often, you've mentioned before. So, because in the TWAB they had mentioned that it was going to last a week. What I didn't know is if I went into it not knowing if this was like a one-time thing or if they're just gonna keep doing it like every now and then or once a month like Iron Banner. And all that we really know at this time is that it's not going to be a one-time thing. They are going to be bringing it back, but they haven't really gave us the kind of time frame. If it's like once a month, all they really said is that it'll just when it comes back in the future, in the near future. So
Come on, Bungie, give us the time. Right.
But overall, I'm kind of on the same boat. Like I liked it, but it also wasn't like. It wasn't anything that like totally blew me away or anything, obviously, but some of the things I liked about it, I liked that they added, even though it wasn't much, but they kind of made the lost sectors a little bit different, with you having to actually destroy the supply caches and stuff. Yeah. And then I like how there was that different event that you were seeing out in the game worlds now, with all those spots that you had to like capture, and all those yellow bar like bosses would keep dropping in them.
Weapon dashes.
Yeah, and all those. So I like how it changed the gameplay loop up a little bit. So some of the stuff that I would kind of like to see is another thing, like it didn't. So if you're a person like me, like a player like me that has 3 characters, right? It doesn't really give a huge importance on your faction choice, right? Because you can do what I did and choose a faction for every character, a different faction for every character. It would be interesting if it was account based instead of character based, to where you can actually only pick one character or one faction, and then all your characters would be aligned with that faction. It makes your choice more important. It holds more weight, and then it makes the winner, like the faction that wins, more important. Yeah, exactly. Because so for instance, in this one, Dead Orbit was the one that won this first faction rally.
Obviously.
So my Warlock, right? Yeah, that's another thing to get into. Is Dead Orbit is obviously kind of like one of the.
Dead Orbit's always praised.
Exactly. Yeah. For the most part, that's kind of like the majority of the community follows Dead Orbit. So. It's going to be interesting, like, so is Dead Orbit going to win every single one, So I don't know what Bungie's going to have to do to change that up, but... but, like, since my Warlock was Dead Orbit, I was obviously able to get the reward weapon from him for the discounted price. And then, obviously, I just wouldn't get it for the other characters, because, like 50,000 Glimmer or whatever it was. So...
10,000.
Well, the discount was 10,000 if you had pledged to it, but if
I managed to get it for 10,000 as well.
Okay. So yeah, and then that way, like I was saying, so if it's account based, then it makes a little bit more important and intense and stuff, like during the week itself too. One thing, so some of the stuff that I'd like to see in it, think if it was like an actually like true like faction war kind of thing. Think if they like kind of moved it into PvP as well. So think of it like so even if you solo queue, think they match you up with other people. So say you pledged a new monarchy, and then so you go into a Crucible match, and everyone
There's
on your
people
team
from
is new monarchy, exactly, and then against one of the other ones, and actually have
over if you local.
exactly, yeah, and then
Works.
yeah, that way it makes it seem more like an actual like faction war kind of thing. I think it'd be interesting to see something like that added. I mean, I did like how the activities spanned across everything. So there were some times where you'd have to run lost sectors, or sometimes you'd have to do public events, and then there was even the one day when you had to actually do Crucible matches to get the faction tokens.
Yeah, and apparently you could get so much faction tokens by doing the raid.
Oh right, yeah, and you can even do raids too, which obviously we didn't get into, but
No.
I didn't.
Doing the raid.
Yeah, hopefully soon.
Yeah, I've just got to get better weapons. I need a rocket launcher and an auto rifle.
Yeah, and kind of on the faction rally news front, there was a video. I think it was Unknown Player. I watched. I think it was this morning, but it looks like some of the weapons from the next one have already kind of been spotted in the database, and it looks like there's like a dead orbit submachine gun that looks incredible. And then they were even talking about like a dead orbit auto rifle, which I really want to try and get.
Deadlock.
Exactly. Yeah. You're already kind of calling it Deadlock because it's the dead orbit version of the Scaithlock, pretty much. Which, as I'm using right now, I'm using my Scaithlock, and it's kind of like one of my mains right now in Destiny 2. This is an excellent auto rifle. So like, have you really like kind of thought into like, I don't know, maybe some changes or something that they can do in faction rallies?
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff that you would maybe like to see changed in it.
Maybe it being like every other week thing. So 1 week you have it, another week you don't, and then so far so forth.
Yeah, that would actually be. That would actually. I actually wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of the schedule that it follows.
If it is, then I'd be happy.
Yeah, I mean,
And
even
also,
no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna say like a quick side note, because Iron Banner's coming back Tuesday, so Iron Banner's starting this Tuesday.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So we have Iron Banner.
Iron Banner.
So Iron Banner's coming back. I know, I have too. I'm stoked for it.
I love Iron Banner. I've missed it.
I'm really stoked for it. Oh, and it's gonna be Control. I guess it's gonna be Control matches. So.
Control. I wonder if we're gonna have like some sort of like quests or like challenges for Iron Banner.
Right. Yeah, like even if it's like a quest to introduce, like Saladin or something, because the TWAB did say the
Saladin.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what they said in the TWAB. It's gonna be it's gonna be Saladin. That's the vendor.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, so he's gonna be back. And that's what I'm hoping for too. I'm kind of hoping for a quest on it, and the same thing. And that's like kind of like another thing going back to faction rallies that I'd like to see is something more, a little bit more deeper quest oriented. Like an actual like quest line with maybe like a few missions.
That's got me thinking now.
To where you where you do missions and stuff, and then that way you can actually dive into like faction lore, right? You can do like some missions for New Monarchy or something.
Yeah.
And stuff, or Dead Orbit or Future War Call or whatever it may be, but to even get a little bit more into like specific faction lore stuff.
Yeah. But also the having Saladin for the Iron Banner has also got me thinking about something right now. Would we see the Iron Temple?
Right.
would the Iron Temple be the social space of Iron Banner?
Well, in the TWAB, they did say he's going to be at the tower. So,
Oh, come on.
So I know, right? It would be awesome if it opened up the Iron Temple again. That would be awesome. I mean, we can kind of see the Iron Temple in the background of one of the maps, in one of the PvP maps.
Yeah.
So it would be awesome to actually open up the temple again, which I kind of wouldn't be surprised if we see that one day. Like, I'm sure we'll probably go back to the temple at some point in the future, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen this time. That would have been a good way to do it, though. Like, have Saladin set up at the temple still. I mean, because we don't know what happened with it. You know, when the Cabal attacked, we don't know if they attacked the tower, or the Iron Temple. I mean, we don't even know if they did some at the Reef. Yeah, I don't think so. Because I mean, their focus was the Traveler, right? So I bet they just went to the last city. Yeah. I don't think they would have been focused with the Reef or the Temple.
Yeah. Even though I don't know if Eris is going to be at the Reef.
Yeah, and whatever she's up to. Yeah, whatever she's up to. Because at the end of that Taken King cutscene, when she's referring to my queen, you know, like, I mean, one of the theories is that she's speaking to Savathun, but that's definitely not the case because she despises the Hive. So most likely she's probably speaking to Queen of the Reef, Marisag. Is who I read it as originally.
There may be a bit of a problem because I don't think Eris would get along with Varix.
Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. I don't know how that would go.
Varix is fallen. Eris is part Hive.
Yeah, I mean, even though Varix is he is an ally, but
he's an ally, but he's far fallen.
Yeah.
While still on the other hand, Eris is part Hive.
Right. Exactly. So, but yeah, getting back into faction rallies, so like I said, they haven't gave us the date the next one will be coming, so we haven't heard anything of that. Like, their focus right now pretty much is Iron Banner, since it's starting Tuesday. And that's pretty much all they talked about on the TWAB this past Thursday. So maybe I'd be kind of surprised if we hear something about the faction rallies on this next week's TWAB.
They us a bit more.
Yeah, maybe in a couple. Because at the end of this month, we know the PC version's finally coming out. Oh, and I do want to mention this real quick on this video as well. I could be wrong, but I think it's October 20th. It's at TwitchCon. Bungie's going to be doing a live. They're going to live stream their panel at TwitchCon, and they're going to be talking about what these seasons are that we keep seeing and hearing about in Destiny 2. And they're supposed to tell us like exactly what they are, how long they'll last.
Yeah.
What it's going to be bringing up, and like I said, like what I said to you before we started recording is, since that they're doing this like in a live stream at TwitchCon and not just on the TWAB, it makes you think that it's actually going to be something somewhat substantial and have some sort of importance and hold a lot of weight as far as like future content's concerned and things like that. So. Yeah, but like I said, I don't want to get ahead of myself and have my expectations too big on what it's going to be. But
yeah, but when Bungie's concerned, there's always going to be a secret somewhere. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a little bit of detail that they don't tell you, and when you see it, it's going to be mind blowing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they love
For example, Iron Temple map.
Yeah,
Iron Temple Crucible map.
Yeah, I was surprised by them doing that.
I was quite shocked to see it. I'm just like, wait, is this part of the Iron Temple?
Mm-hmm.
It is. Why are we seeing this on Destiny 2? Just.
Yeah, it's that backside of it where Ephrodite was when she would be set up. Yeah, for the Iron Banner in Destiny 1. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what these season things are going to be. I mean, we do know, like, when the season ends and goes into the next one, that like your clan levels and your clan perks and stuff that you get for leveling up your clans will actually reset. Like, we do know that, and the perks will change and things like that.
Reset those as well, ain't it?
I don't think it's like monthly. I think it's just gonna be like however long these seasons are.
Oh, it's like a seasonal thing, like
Yeah,
Overwatch.
yeah. It'll reset at the season. So, I mean, my guess. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe the seasons will maybe be like a 3-month thing. I don't think it would be like a year. Because remember in Destiny 1 they had year 1, year 2, year 3. So I'm wondering if this time around maybe they call it season 1, season 2, season 3. And so maybe it is a year. It could be a year. But I don't know. It just seems a little too long for it. I can maybe see it being like 3 months. Like kind of the like weather seasons, you know?
Yeah, if I take a look at the clan banner now, because this clan is level 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our clan right now is level 5, and then so like the perks that go across, I believe those should change.
Yeah, they
well.
I think it says in like clan thing. As the clan levels up, new perks will be available on your clan banner. But I don't know if it's going like seasons, as in like Overwatch type of seasons, then they're gonna be reset quite a bit.
Yeah, and that's what makes me think, that it might be just like a few month thing, not a year. So I mean, we'll have to see. I believe it's on the 20th. I believe it's October 20th when that live stream is supposed to be.
October 20th of this month.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
So in just under 2 weeks, pretty much.
All right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, Iron Banner's starting this Tuesday, and it still lasts a week. And one of the small changes is, I believe it said in the TWAB that your power level is disabled or whatever, like your power level doesn't come into play like it did in Destiny 1.
Can be good.
Yeah, which it could be good, and because it gives you the option to use more it opens up your armory, right? Because then you can use weapons that you might not have infused to higher levels yet. And so I kind of like that decision that they did that. So.
Yeah,
and it is still 4v4. It is 4v4 like all the other modes.
Oh my god. No,
Yeah.
that's just ruined it for me.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played like a ton of PvP yet. Like, there has been a few nights where I've played some decent amounts of it, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. And I kind of don't mind the 4v4 so far. I'm really liking the survival mode. The survival mode is a lot of fun.
Or the one with the life counters.
Yeah. That's in the competitive playlist.
Yeah.
Alrighty, this one we kind of went around and discussed a lot more things. I was planning on just the faction rallies, but no, that's actually good. We actually covered a lot of good stuff, especially with this being a weekend edition of the Daily Dose. We're actually doing this on a Sunday, and we also have our podcast later up tonight. So make sure you check that out as well later.
Could we edit this and pretend it's a Monday?
You're right, yeah, just edit out that last part I just said.
It's Sunday. No, it's Monday.
Yeah.
Nah, it's Sunday. It'll be going out on Monday though.
Exactly. Alright, as always, all the descriptions and everything will be down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, sub to the channel for more content, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers.